Hi guys, I hope you're doing all well during the lockdown and keeping yourselves all busy. So today I just wanted to show you guys some baking to get you through the lockdown. So today I'm gonna be making the easiest cookie in my opinion. It's called Icebox cookie. So basically in the end it's gonna have like a checkered shape with like a vanilla dough and a cocoa dough. So let's get started with the ingredients first. So I'm gonna be making them in 2 different batches, so it makes it much more easier and you don't mess up any ingredients. So for the vanilla dough, we'll be using 60 grams of white sugar, 100 grams of unsalted butter, make sure it's at room temperature, 1 egg, and 200 grams of plain flour, so all-purpose. And for the cocoa dough, I'll be doing 60 grams of sugar, another 100 grams of unsalted butter, 1 egg, and 180 grams of plain all-purpose flour, and 20 grams of cocoa powder. Let's get started with the plain dough first. First, add in the butter. So the reason why we want to keep it like room temperature is so the butter and sugar all combines well together and it actually doesn't separate when you're mixing it. So just make sure to incorporate the air and the butter together when mixing. So the tip is to aerate it as you mix it, so you cream everything together. So it kind of turns into this creamy dough texture. Almost like a mayonnaise is what you would want to look for. And that's to show that your butter is in great temperature. It's not too cold, which is too firm and you won't get this texture, and it's not too melted. So next, add in your sugar. White sugar is always the best to go when you want to make really light and crispy cookies. When you mix brown sugar, it tends to be a little bit moist, and that would be good for like chocolate chip cookies. So mix it all together. Again, make sure it's aerated. Okay, so it's all well mixed now. Perfect. So the egg. Make sure to crack the egg in a bowl first. And we're just gonna mix it lightly so it's all combined. Again, eggs should be at room temperature because eggs actually separate when they're cold. So when it's room temperature, it's nice and warmed up and it won't separate from the butter. Cool. So it's all well mixed now. Throw it in. When you're mixing the egg in, just do it gradually, not all at once. So it's all well mixed together. Okay, now the flour. Throw in some flour. This has already been sifted beforehand. For some recipes, I know that they use baking powder and baking soda to get that fluffy texture, but this one, we're kind of going for like a crisp shortbread sort of texture, so we don't need any raising agency for this. Just mix it all together. Eventually it'll come together. I really like baking, but at times I just find like it's really hard to get ingredients at times and a bit difficult, but you just gotta find whatever's in your house. Sometimes you look through your pantry and you're like, oh damn, I didn't even realize I had this in my pantry. So it's like a great time to look through it and bake with what you got. So eventually it will start forming like a cookie dough sort of texture. Keep mixing until all the moisture is binded with the flour. Okay, so this should be pretty good. So next part we're gonna do is place the cookie dough into the fridge for about an hour, which settles it down, so easier to bake and lets it rest for a bit. So in the end, your cookie dough should look something like this before putting it in the freezer. You kind of want to like create a log shape. Something like that. And make sure it's in a grad wrap so it stabilizes itself and it won't go all over your fridge. Great. So let's get on to the cacao. Okay, so the next one. The cocoa is exactly the same process, so we're just gonna walk through the whole process again. So melted butter. Even though I said this cookie is like probably the easiest cookie in my opinion, I have failed multiple times at this cookie. Some days it just doesn't want to like settle. Sometimes it just, you know, maybe your ingredients wasn't the right temperature. Happens all the time. Yeah, I have several bad baking stories. One time, like, I tried to do this like chocolate chip cookies that was like really popular, and it was all over the internet. It was like the burnt butter chocolate chip cookie, and I was like, wow, that was really great, and like the photo looked amazing. So I tried it out. I don't know what happened. I followed the exact instructions, but like the cookies just spread itself out to not being a cookie. It was kind of like a tray bake. Yeah, that was not good. Next, I'll crack the egg in. Yeah, during this lockdown, I've attempted many baking, especially bread, which I never usually have time to do. I even tried out for the first time ever a vegan hot cross bun. Yeah, and if you ever wanted me to show you the recipe for that one, please let me know, and I'll do some baking videos on that. Yeah, these days I've been like trying out a lot of vegan recipes because they just are actually much more healthier, and they taste much more like lighter, and you know, you don't feel really heavy after eating it, which I really like about vegan recipes. Yeah. So as you can see, the cocoa powder is a little bit on the drier side, so just make sure it's mixed all well together and combined. No parts which is still white. Make sure it's all combined. Okay, looks good now. So we're gonna do the same. I don't know why, but baking always makes me so happy. And the greatest part about this cookie is like you can make so much of it. The ingredients are super simple, but it makes 24 cookies. Yeah, which is so good. Like, you can enjoy it with a lot of people. You can give it as gifts, munch on it whenever you feel like. That's the greatest part about this cookie. Let it rest 1 hour. Okay, so it's been already an hour resting in the fridge. How I did it is I just cut it the 2 pieces into 4s, and I'm just gonna stack them together, but you can decorate them and you can stack them however the way you like it. I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna take 1 piece and another piece. So, how to stick them on together? We're gonna use some egg whites. When it's baked, it will stick together, and yeah, it'll be like one cookie. So you just like brush the sides with the egg whites, like so. You kind of like push them together like this. This is probably the easiest design you could do. I've seen people do like swirls and circles and all different kinds of designs, like zebra patterns and all that. I think this one's the most traditional, so I'm gonna go for it today. After the bottom is done, you brush the top, and then you stack these. So now that you've done this one, it's gonna be on the opposite side. So now the white is on top of the black, just like last time. Brush the sides. So as you can see, I've already created like this sort of pattern. Okay, so we'll just keep repeating that until you finish all your dough. So make sure it's stuck really well. You do not want it to fall apart. So after you're done, just place it on top of bread wrap and then just wrap it. I'm gonna put this to the fridge to settle later. Okay, so they've been rested now. It looks so good. I can't wait to cut into these.
Eat my ass! Oh shit!
Okay, so it goes in the oven 180 degrees. Okay, 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. So it's all done.